But let's say all that's gone well. It's now the interview. First impressions are really important, obviously, but the most important thing is your preparation for an interview. You cannot prepare too much for an interview. The more you can do, the better your odds of success. Now, a few years ago, we were doing a recruitment for a CFO role. We had 4 candidates on the day, and the first 3 candidates were men, and they were all highly accomplished men, and they all went and go, I'm a man, I'm awesome, offer me the job. But they clearly hadn't done much research. They're kind of, asking really trite questions like, what's your turnover going to be this year? And the client's going, yeah, great. Final candidate comes in, and the final candidate was a female candidate. She hadn't had an interview in a decade. I have never seen somebody so nervous in my entire career. She was sitting there and she was, not looking at the interviewers. She was kind of looking down. She was fidgeting. She was giggling. It was just horrible. It was like a train wreck. And about 10 minutes into the interview, I'm just thinking, oh no, my client is going to kill me after this one. I thought she was going to be so good. And then all of a sudden, a miracle happened. One of the greatest things I've ever seen ever in an interview. She looked the client in the eye and she went, I've been analysing your last 4 sets of annual accounts. And what I noticed was this ratio went down every year. Now, have you considered doing this to address it? And I looked over at the client and he was just going, what just happened there? She had kicked a goal from the halfway line. It was spectacular because at the end of the day, they're not after the person who's, the life and soul of the party. They're after the person who's going to make them look good. And she demonstrated that she could make him look good because she'd done her research. She had researched the hell out of that company. And when I talked to her afterwards and said, look, that is bloody amazing, thank you. Just tell me, how much research did you do for this interview? And she said 10 hours. And I went, what? 10 hours research for this interview? And she said, yeah. Because, she'd gone through all those sets of annual accounts. She'd read up every news article about the company in recent times. She understood what was going on in the wider industry sector. But she'd even gone through her contact list to see if she knew somebody who worked there at the moment, had a coffee with them that morning, got the inside gossip of what was going on in the company. She probably knew the company as well as the person who was interviewing her. And it shone through. Now, was she guaranteed getting that job? No. Sometimes there's a better candidate. It happens. But did she go in with a 1 in 4 chance of success? No. She went in with way higher odds of success because she'd done that research. Now, you're going 10 hours worth of research. That is a lot of time. I can't do that. Why not? You're down to the last 4 people here. How many hours do you spend searching for job opportunities and having networking coffees and talking to bloody recruiters like me and writing your resume and doing your LinkedIn profile with really low odds of success? Now you're down to the final 4 people for a job you really want. Do the research. Give yourself the competitive advantage. It's like, going into the Olympics. You wouldn't turn up to the Olympics and not do any training. Same thing, you're just training. So maximise your opportunities, prepare for that interview, and it will hold you in good stead.